Who really won the space race? Was it the Soviet Union with their early victories? Or the United States with the moon landing? Let's rewind to the height of the Cold War and find out. It all started in 1957. The Soviet Union stunned the world when Sputnik 1, a shiny metal sphere, became the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. Just 4 years later, they did it again. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human to fly into space. For a moment, it looked like the Soviets were untouchable. The United States, shocked by these milestones, poured billions into NASA. The two superpowers were locked in a high-stakes race, not just for technology but for prestige, influence, and proof of whose system was superior. Every launch, every astronaut, every failure became part of this battle. In 1961, US President John F. Kennedy made a bold promise. America would land a man on the moon before the decade was out. It seemed almost impossible at the time, but in July 1969, the world watched in awe as Apollo 11 touched down on the lunar surface. Neil Armstrong took that famous first step, and suddenly, the United States had claimed the ultimate prize. The Soviets never made it to the moon. Instead, they focused on space stations, while the Americans kept exploring with more Apollo missions. But after the 1970s, the urgency faded. The space race had served its purpose, showing the world what each side could achieve. So, who won? The Soviets were first in space, but the United States reached the moon. In the end, both nations pushed humanity beyond Earth, proving that the impossible was possible. And while the Cold War is over, the legacy of that race still fuels space exploration today.